Dune, the 11th Blade, the 5th season, Between Two Fires, Project Hail Mary, Fever Dream, Crimes Against Magic, super cool, super dumb, super fun, super whatever. Hi, my name is Joe, and this is Fictional Fracas. Thank you for joining me for another episode. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about a couple things, mostly Andy Weir books, but mostly I'm going to talk about Artemis. I've already done reviews on the other two books here, The Martian and Project Hail Mary. All right, we're going to go ahead and read the back of the book here now for Artemis by Andy Weir. Jasmine Bashara never signed up to be a hero. She just wanted to get rich. Not crazy, eccentric billionaire rich like many of the visitors to her hometown of Artemis, humanity's first and only lunar colony. Just rich enough to move out of her coffin-sized apartment and need something better than flavored algae. Rich enough to pay off a debt she's owed for a long time. So when a chance at a huge score finally comes her way, Jazz can't say no. But engineering the perfect crime is just the start of her problems, because her little heist is about to land her in the middle of a conspiracy for control of Artemis itself. Trapped between competing forces, pursued by a killer and the law alike, she'll have to hatch a truly spectacular scheme to have a chance at staying alive and saving her city. Jazz is no hero, but she's a very good criminal. That'll have to do. Artemis is written by Andy Weir. Andy Weir is a very good writer of technical science fiction. His books have a lot of really accurate technical, mechanical information, and that is what makes his books stand apart. His book The Martian and his book Project Hail Mary, these books have a ton of really specific technical, mechanical, engineering type information. In the comments below, let me know what your favorite really realistic science fiction book is. Sometimes it goes a little bit over my head, sometimes that happens in this book as well. It is definitely a book that is probably a little bit more hard to comprehend than other books, especially other like more basic sci-fi. This is very much realistic fiction, and it is a lot of fun to read through his books and kind of get an idea of what the technical side of all of this would be. He put a ton of effort into understanding what it would be like to put a colony on Mars and what it would be like to have an economy on Mars, because Jazz, the main character, is a smuggler, and she brings in contraband by paying off people who help transport things. Jazz gets this job from a very rich guy who is a business owner, and he lives on the moon. He has somehow sequestered a bunch of excess oxygen, and oxygen is obviously a really important thing if you live on the moon. What he wants to do is have Artemis sabotage the current oxygen generation system, and then he is going to make this big deal so he can be the sole person to provide oxygen to the colony. He's kind of a disrupting the current scenario for his own benefit, and he's going to pay Artemis much money. He's not really a good guy. Neither is she. There are really a lot of really good people in this entire book. So Artemis attempts to do this job for him, and she ends up getting caught, and she gets into a bunch of trouble. And then when she kind of gets let go, even though they're going to be watching her, she finds out that this guy, whose name is Trond, he ends up getting murdered. So obviously there's a lot more going on, and what she finds out is that there's essentially a mob deal going on where they're sort of trying to take over the colony and turn it into this kind of mob-ruled tyranny where there's like no more free market or whatever. I'm not entirely sure. The entire book is a little bit complicated to understand because it's trying to be a bit of a mystery and a bit of a kind of political mystery, and I don't think that gets pulled off super well. Ultimately, I think the book really shines at showing the very realistic technical aspects of what it would be like to put a colony on Mars and to live in space and to try to think about all the different things that you would have to solve in order for that to happen. All right, so I'm a big Andy Weir fan. I like his books. I think that they are some of the best when it comes to realistic science fiction, and he's very popular. So I'm just going to rank these books real quick. I think that the worst one, and it's not that bad, it's still fun, it's still worth reading, But the one that I would put third out of the three is Artemis. I just didn't think it was quite as good as the other ones. And I might check it out again just to double check my feelings on it. The next one would be The Martian. I really liked The Martian. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, because I watched like the commercials for the movie and I thought that it was just going to be kind of a narrow-minded kind of thing where he just figures out how to make food out of poop. But it was way more than that, and it was very, very good. And the movie was really good too. Project Hail Mary is definitely my favorite. I think it has the best balance of technical and emotional plot lines and events and characters, and it is really, really good and really well written, very, very compelling. And I know they're making a movie out of Project Hail Mary, and I can't wait to check that out, and I will give you my thoughts on that in the future, most likely. I guess I just didn't really enjoy this book that much. Like, it was okay, it was like fun to read through, and it was interesting to like figure out what was going to happen, and there's some points of suspense, but ultimately it's just not that great. So I don't know if I'll put that in there. I don't like to be negative about books, because I think people should check them out, and it's very subjective. Fiction is a type of art form, and art is subjective. And while I didn't like this as much, I think that a lot of people will like it. Obviously, a lot of people did like it. If you want to check out Artemis, make sure to use the affiliate link in the description, and that'll help out me. All right, thank you very much for checking this out. Bye-bye. All right, I think that's gonna do it. I'm gonna boop well, hi there. My name's Joe, and this is Fictional Fracas. Hi there. My name is Joe. My name's Joe.